welcome back to Seeing Scarlet. Today we are here with a very exciting guest that I know all of y'all are excited about too. We posted on Twitter back when we were interviewing her, which we're doing right now, but was a few days ago for y'all. And y'all asked a lot of questions, a lot of good questions, and y'all seem hyped. We're excited to have her on here too. It's Loghan Johnson, the incoming freshman for the Lady Raiders, top 100 recruit. She's going to be a player y'all get to know really soon on the court and have a lot of fun watching her. But today, we just want to get to know her as a person, a little bit as a player, a little bit just her background and who she is. And yeah, that's kind of what we're doing. So thanks Loghan, for joining us today.
No problem. Thanks for having me.
Let's go, Loghan! You already knew. Like, the guns were up before we even started introducing you.
They were already up. They were already up.
Already up.
I do appreciate how much you hype up Texas Tech ever since you've been kind of in the process. You're like through and through Scarlet and Black already, and you haven't. Well, you stepped foot on campus, but not officially yet for a few weeks.
Not yet. Yeah. No, actually, next weekend. Next weekend I'll be there.
Oh, y'all move in next weekend?
Yeah, I will be there next Saturday. I'm very excited.
That's exciting. Do you know who? Do you? I guess you don't have to share this if you don't want to, but do you know who you're living with yet on the team? Do you get to, your fellow freshmen or?
Yeah, I'm assuming it's gonna be me, Kelly, and Atoll, and then it's like a quad. So it's like 4 rooms and then 2 bathrooms. So I don't know which transfer is gonna get stuck with the younger girls, but
maybe Jada. Maybe Jada. She's only a year older, right?
Okay, yeah. Then, I mean, I would hope for Jada, but you know, we'll see how it goes.
We'll see.
That's awesome.
No, it'll be fine. Whoever it is, it's a fun group. So we'll start it out with the fun question that we didn't see this video, but a listener commented on Twitter about you playing football. I think they asked how many people did you moss the other day because they saw you post on Instagram. So you playing football? What's going on?
Okay, yeah. So we did have our powder puff game not too long ago, and I did have 4 touchdowns. I had 4 touchdowns, and one of them was kind of embarrassing for the other girl.
I feel that, yeah.
I caught it over her.
You mossed her, yeah.
Yeah, I did, and she fell, and then everybody just went crazy.
Oh, I bet.
What are you gonna do, man?
Yeah, I mean, the juniors already knew they didn't really have a chance. Like our whole basketball starting 5 could just go up against them alone, and it would have been game over.
As long as you have someone that can throw it, it's like this is over.
My quarterback was crazy. Her arm was crazy. She was really gunning it. I was just running like this, and it would come into my arm, so it was great.
Wow, if Joey McGuire is listening, you know, there might be a little athlete here. I don't know.
Yeah.
That walk-on tryout's coming up soon. I don't know, maybe. Well, actually, Gerlich's like, no.
No. That's awesome. So when you were like growing up, has it always been basketball, or have you been involved with other sports? And I mean, I'm sure in high school you kind of get to learn a little bit about each sport, but was there another one that was maybe kind of piquing your interest?
Yeah, so a lot of people are actually pretty surprised because like my first sport was like tennis. So so I started out with tennis and soccer, so those were my first 2 sports I played. And I always say, like, I don't know, that kind of set me up for basketball because I had like the footwork and I had the hand-eye coordination. So I think it all worked out perfectly. Like I was playing tennis and soccer for a while, and then I was just like going through the sports, and then I was like, okay, basketball's next. And like I don't know, it was weird because like right when I touched the basketball, I already had like a feel for it. Like, I mean, everybody goes through an awkward phase when they're like first learning how to play, but I don't know, I feel like I kind of skipped through that, and I always loved it ever since. So
it just
straight to business.
It just felt natural. How young were you when you're like, basketball? These other sports are great, but basketball feels like it's me.
I was in 3rd grade. So how old is that? Like
I don't know, 10?
Like 8? 8, 9, 10.
That's
something like that. Yeah, a long time ago. Way too long ago. I'm old now. Yeah.
You're old. Okay.
Okay, Loghan. Well, that's awesome. Yeah, I mean, you can definitely tell with your play. Like, I can see some of that soccer of like just your power and just being quick and sound, and then also the tennis, like you said, the hand-eye coordination. Some of the passes that I see you completing are just, it all makes sense. So
thank you.
Maybe that's the floor plan, right? Like you do tennis, soccer, then basketball.
That's a cheat code. That's a cheat code. My kids in the future, they're gonna start out with tennis and soccer.
100 IQ.
Smart. Yeah. Do you think that soccer background, because we hear you're a bucket, all this, but you're also known as a really good defender. Like, thinking about it, that footwork, do you think that is what plays into it? Because a lot of people can't just lock someone down like you do.
Honestly, yeah. I mean, yeah, because soccer, that's all feet. So is defense. So honestly, yeah, that could have a lot to do with it. Yeah.
All right.
It's all coming together.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's awesome. So we know, Shelby and I know you because we have you here on the show, and that's what we do. So we know you on the court, but who is Loghan Johnson? Like, how you just came back from a high school end of the year thing? You got graduation tomorrow. What would some of the people that you went to high school with, how would they describe you? Like, who are you?
I would think the people from my high school would describe me as like very down to earth. I love being funny. I play a lot. I play around a lot.
Yeah.
Love that.
To new people, like, I'm kind of not really shy. Like, it's easy for me to make friends, but definitely, like, my close friends, like, definitely see me as a goofball for sure. I definitely like to play around a lot.
So you'll bring that type of personality to the team. I mean, you'll be a freshman, so you'll fit in where you can. But that's cool. There's a lot of players on this team that are goofy, we'll say. They're funny people. So
yeah, I'm excited. Yeah.
So what was the recruiting process for you like? Texas Tech, obviously, but even more than that, the whole process for you. How did it all come together?
So I'd say I think I got my first offer in like around 8th grade, and then from there, yeah, yeah, it was 8th grade.
And, I thought you were gonna say like January, like a month, but you said the 8th grade. That's awesome.
8th grade. I mean, I was on a great AAU program. Soccer, like, it has great exposure, so I have them to thank for that. So 8th grade, and then from there, 9th grade, that was COVID, so I don't think I picked up any offers that summer. It was a really slow summer, and then I was on a team with, it was like 5 juniors and 5 freshmen. So like they just let the juniors like go, and then like us freshmen were sitting on the bench like, dang, when is it gonna be our turn? But it all turned out fine. And then 10th grade, I think that was another pretty slow summer for me too. But 11th grade is when I got like the majority of my offers. I worked really hard that season, and so it all paid off. So, but I made the right choice at the end, so it was all worth it.
That Nike, would that have been when like Nike Nationals was, when you kind of really showed out at that? Yeah, for sure. I'm sure that. You can say like, it. You really balled out at that tournament, the biggest one there is really in AAU.
I'm really glad I showed up at that tournament. Out of all tournaments, I'm really glad that I played like that at that tournament. So yeah.
Yeah, I love, and you, like, hearing this from your response just now, but you talk about in previous interviews that I've seen too of how much hard work you put into the game and into yourself, and so the results are almost like of course, like, it makes sense, and you know that, like, you're advocating for yourself and doing everything you can to get to that next step, and I just love that. I love that determination, and like, you know your worth, like getting that offer in 8th grade wasn't just a random thing. It was because you've been working for it. So that's really cool.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So with that recruiting process, and this is one of the questions that you're probably going to get asked a million times, but why Texas Tech?
Oh my gosh. A lot of reasons. So many reasons.
Let us
Coach
know.
Ehrlich is literally one of my favorite people in the whole entire world. And I know everybody says that, but it's just because it's true. Like, she's literally like, it's true. Like, the way you see her interact with her players, her former players too, like, it just goes to show the type of person she is, and the way she's poured into me, like, and not just me, just everybody else. Like, it really shows that she cares, and that it'll be a home away from home, because like, I'm a huge mama's baby, and so especially seeing her coach Bryn like her own daughter, and how like it was like barely any difference from the other players. So I'm like, she has to be my coach. Like, it just has to. Yeah.
That's a really good point. Yeah, she treated every player just like they were her own daughter. Really.
Exactly.
We hear that from everybody. So. Did you, so when a listener actually asked this question about your visit, what was it about your visit? Was there anything that stuck out? Obviously, Gerlich, that's a winning, but what about the facilities or the campus or just the town? Did anything stick out to you while you were on your visit or what y'all did?
Definitely, for sure. The facilities are like insane. First of all, like I don't think I know I didn't go anywhere else that had better facilities than Texas Tech. So that was a plus. And then the team, I just clicked with. I love all the players on the team. Like I don't think there is a single person that I wouldn't get along with. Like, and you know, like honestly, at the end of the day, I think players like they do a lot in the recruiting process as well, because like some schools like you could go to and you could tell that the coach came to the players right before and was like, guys, we have a recruit coming, like be on your best behavior, talk to her, make her feel welcome. But whenever I went to Tech, it was like it actually felt genuine, like they took a genuine interest in me and they wanted me to, you know, they wanted me to feel the same way they felt about the school, and they took an interest into that, and they actually tried, and so that was another one of the determining factors too, just like the way the players treated me for sure, and the facilities, and I like Lubbock. You know, a lot of people will say they like Lubbock's middle of nowhere and everything, but I actually really like Lubbock, so I like it.
Well, you have in Lubbock, even since when I was in school like 10 years ago, Logan, I'm old. When I was at Texas Tech, even Lubbock was great then, but it's changed so much. There's even more things for y'all to do. Not that y'all have much free time anyway, but there's plenty for you to do in your free time, and the community, the people are great. So, I love what you said about the team. It really does feel like that, even when we see it from the outside, looking on at the transfers that visited and freshmen like you, the incoming recruits that visited, everyone's in the videos and the announcement videos. Like these players are all there and they're just celebrating because they just all want to win, and that's like a common theme amongst this group of players. And you just add to that. You're a winner. You're just everywhere you've gone at the 2 high schools I think you've been to, different places. Your AAU squad, which is the elite of the elite, like you talked about. You've just been a winner. And how do you feel like that? Having that experience, building that mindset will help you as you step into college.
Definitely what you just said about a mindset. It's like a whole different mindset. Like, I really am going there to win, and whenever you're in that mindset, you really can step out of yourself. And I've definitely learned over the years, like, I wouldn't say I'm a selfish player at all. And that's what I've had to learn being on teams as good as I've been on. Like, it's not all about you. It really is about the team. And if you're able to do that, it like obviously like whenever I'm in high school, it looks good to college coaches, like whenever you're able to step out of yourself and do things that's beneficial to the team. So really stepping into a role or scoring when you need to score or just doing things that your team requires you to do. And so I feel like as I'm able to do that, that'll help me to go to all the levels that I planned on achieving. So it's really just that mindset that I have.
For sure. Another part of your mindset that I don't remember which interview this was, but I've read it somewhere or I watched it in one of the videos. But you talked about I kind of nerd out over sports psychology because it's something I studied in college, and you talked a lot about how you're intrinsically motivated, and then how you gain this mindset or whatever when you step on the court. You just truly believe and know that you're the best player that's there, no matter who you're playing. It's not a disrespect thing toward your opponents or your own teammates. You have that belief in yourself that if the ball's in my hands or I'm guarding someone, it's going to be a good outcome. And that's something that's really tough for athletes at all levels to really grasp and to really understand, no matter where they are. How did you get that at such a younger age in high school to already have that? Just really, your potential is so much better because you've already grasped that concept. I found that really impressive when you talked about that.
Thank you. So for me, I feel like I've been like through the ups and downs of that, like trying to grasp like onto confidence. So I feel like I've been on the ups and downs of that. But something I realized, like basketball, it really is like it's just a play-by-play sport. Like you really can't really dwell on things that happened like 30 seconds ago or last quarter or last minute. Like you really have to just believe that you're doing everything you can to affect the game in a positive way. And like that's why it really is like all mental, because if you know you're putting in the work and if you know you're putting in the work, then the only thing that's left to do is to rely on that and believe in that and trust that. So if you can't be confident, then you really like it's no use, all the work that you're putting in. So why would I waste that, you know? You can't really waste that. You just have to believe in yourself and trust yourself.
Logan, she's her. She's her. Let's go.
She knows it too. She knows it. Don't lose that.
She knows it.
I know you won't. But...
All right, Logan. So you entering this squad freshman year, we're gonna have fans in the USA coming to watch y'all play. What can you say right now is your best attribute to the team and how you play? What are some things that people can look forward to in watching you play?
I think one of the first things that people are going to notice about me is, like, I have such a high motor. Like, I'm constantly working hard on the floor. Like, I feel like people are rarely not going to see me, like, going for a rebound or if I'm not, I'm getting out in transition, I'm doing this or I'm doing that. And so I think people should just look forward to getting, like, a high energy, very, like, locked in player. So, yeah.
Locked in. Yeah, there was a couple of clips that you had, like sinking threes or like grabbing a board, and it was just like you scored and it was already defense. Like we're back to business. So yeah, I can definitely see the motor. That's very, very accurate.
Thank you.
While also having fun, because in those same highlights, you'll like be beasting through someone, like going straight to the rack, laughing or smiling as you're finishing, and then just stone face back on defense. I'm like, oh my gosh.
I know. I've gotten that a lot. That like people like see me smiling or laughing or something, but I don't even notice it whenever I'm doing it. But I've gotten that before.
That's
a
good
like,
thing.
Laughing.
You're in the zone. You're in the zone.
Mm-hmm.
It just means you love what you're doing. I love it.
I do.
So if you could work out with any college or pro player, who would you like to work out with for a day?
I feel like this is an easy answer for me. I feel like it's a real easy answer for me, but I'm going with Caitlin Clark. I got to.
Oh.
Yeah.
Of course.
That's a solid answer.
Yeah. I'm definitely working out with Caitlin Clark. I'm just, after she shoots the ball, I'm just touching it every time, trying to transfer that energy into my fingertips. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I'll just get her rebound.
I
don't even care.
I'll just rebound for you, Caitlin.
All right.
I think I heard you say somewhere that was your favorite player. Now that you say that, what is it about her? I mean, we all know, but I think it was in your 3-point shooting contest. They had a clip that said that was your favorite player. What is it? Is it just her playing ability, or is it more like her mojo and her style and her vibe that you're a fan of?
I definitely think both. Like, obviously, when you look at her, she's like incredible, but like the way she carries herself too, like she got swag. It's just cool. It's fun. She's fun to watch.
Yeah, she really is. She, especially this past tournament, like popcorn all day.
Yeah,
turn it on, turn up. Yeah.
I can't wait to see us in the tournament this year, matched up against Iowa, and you get to lock Caitlin Clark down. Well, if anyone's gonna lock her down as much as you can, it'll be a fun matchup.
Yeah. I'll try my best.
Hey, anything is good against her.
Truly. So we talked to you before we started recording about like Kelsey Baker and how we had her on our show last week, and she talked about you and just how much you were just a dog. Like, if you go back and listen to it, she just hypes you up so much.
Really?
Said it at least 5 times.
That makes me feel good.
At least 5 times.
You gotta go see it.
That makes me feel good. My dad texted me after, and he was like, "Oh yeah, Kelsey Baker is like really hyping you up." And I was like, "Oh."
She was.
And like Kelsey, she knows. Like, she is so brilliant with the game of basketball. So I agree with you. That's a huge compliment coming from her.
She doesn't blow smoke either.
Smoke.
Like, she was like, she's a dog and y'all are gonna love her. I'm like, okay, I believe it.
So,
thank you. That was so good about myself.
No kidding. I'm glad you're sitting down. Like, what a huge honor.
And Bree Scott said some similar things way back when we interviewed her. So your reputation.
So everybody's already like inspired by you, but who inspires your game? It could be like a Caitlin Clark, or like when you talked about being the motor, I think of Naz Hillman. She's went to Michigan, plays on Atlanta Dream right now. Like, who's inspiring your game, or who do you look up to in terms of your playing style, or is it all just Logan 100%?
Honestly,
or both.
I like to think I'm like a mix of like LeBron and Kawhi, if you can see that.
Yeah.
Because I feel the defense, and then just like the strength, and it's like the slasher type of play. Like I feel like that's what kind of like, you know, Like I think whenever I think of my games, you could see that.
Yeah.
I see that. Yeah, because you're 5'8", which is not short, but in the game of basketball, whatever, people will say that, but you're built, like you're strong. You're still, your highlights, you see you going down there and you don't really, it doesn't matter who's guarding you. You can run post moves on them. You can sell it kind of like in a similar way that LeBron does. So I see that.
Facts.
For sure. Facts. I love that. She's like, yes, true story. A listener question we got, I think you might have answered this kind of with that past question, was, do you feel like you excel more as a primary ball handler or off ball, or do you feel like I can do whatever, I can do either and be fine in either role?
Well, I definitely prefer off ball just because, like, most times I'm not really point guard. Like, I feel like in my playing experience, most of it has not been from the point guard position. But if it was one of those things where, like, I had to, then I would just have to get comfortable with it. But it definitely wouldn't be my first option. So.
Yeah. No, that's fair. You like to make the cuts and stuff and all that.
Yeah.
Exactly. Tell
Yeah.
So you're graduating high school tomorrow. Congratulations. We're so proud of you. And now you're going to enter this next chapter of college basketball. But not only that, you're in the Big 12. So what are some of the things that it's like really exciting for you knowing this next level is coming up quick for you?
Yeah. So I'm really just, I don't know, it's like something I've always dreamed of ever since I'm young. Like everybody says that, but it's really true. And just to see the way it's all playing out so far. And I just feel like my ceiling is really high. So I'm excited to just see how far I can really go with it. And I'm a hard worker, so I'm super hard. I'm super focused, so I'm just excited to see how everything plays out and just see what Texas Tech has in store for me.
Yeah. So at Texas Tech, have you seen the fans when they really get going doing the swag stuff and all that stuff, have big moments in games?
Yeah.
What do you think? Like, what is going to be the thing that Loghan Johnson does next year that sets off? You do something and then a timeout happens and there's swag surfing because you made the other team call a timeout. Like, what is it?
I have a picture of a few things actually. It's either gonna okay. This is scenario one. I'll hit a big three.
All the scenarios.
I'll hit a big three and do my signature celebration.
We got a signature.
Yeah. She has a signature.
Yeah.
Oh, is it like? Already. Are you throwing two fingers up there?
It's like three and then it's called the kiss of death. I got it from Jason Tatum. I got it from Jason Tatum, but I know he got it from like another like older player.
Cool.
So I'm just like, that's my
keeping it going.
All right.
It could be either that or a steal and one fast break.
Timeout. You're calling timeout.
Yeah. One of those.
Amazing.
I could see either of those. Yeah.
I can too.
It's gonna happen right now. Just the other coach is like throwing a clipboard, calling the timeout. Logan's we're gonna see that happening. I love it. Can't wait.
Mm-hmm. So, what has been one of your favorite memories so far with playing basketball? Like, you have so much to be proud of, and you've talked about it already. Is there a specific moment? Is there a time where you had an and one after a steal and they had to call a timeout? But what is maybe more broadly a favorite memory of yours so far with playing basketball?
I would probably say like all the friendships that I've formed, and also Nike Nationals for sure. That was definitely a top moment for me. Like it, especially because the tournament right before that, we were in Louisville, and it was an EYBL tournament as well. We made it to the championship game. We played a team that we had blown out in April, and we choked. We choked, and we let the other team win. And so that was right before Nike Nationals. So it was like it was a major setback for our team. It really was. Like all of us were like, honestly, we were in our feelings after that. Like just to be honest. But to go to Chicago and to do what we did, like it really felt really good because I really don't think a lot of people expected it out of us. Because at the time, Pro Skills was pretty much running things in Texas. Like And then I remember we got to our semifinals game. It was against Pro Skills, and someone had put out like a poll before the game, and it was Cypher versus Pro Skills, who you got? And it was like Pro Skills by a long shot.
Dang.
Right before the game. Yeah, we saw that right before the game. And we all held it up, and we were just like, nah. We were like, nah, like, no way. We were like, nah, we're not losing to Pro Skills. Because we lost to them previously in the season. We had met up with them at a tournament in Austin. And they didn't embarrass us, but it was just like a really sloppy game for us. And it was embarrassing. We embarrassed ourselves. They didn't embarrass us, but anyway.
Sure.
Yeah, so we met up with Pro Skills in the semifinals, and we just like, we dominated them the whole game. Like, it was back and forth, but we were controlling it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And so then we were put in a similar situation we were just a week ago, because the team we played in the championship game, Exodus, was the team we just blown out in Louisville. So we were like, okay, we just learned this lesson. Like, God made us go through that so that we could learn from that. And so I'm really glad he did, because we ended up on top in Chicago. So that was a good lesson that we had to learn. It was an amazing moment. It was really good.
Yeah. Talk about like resilience, and like to read or see that tweet right before you're going to go play. That is a level of like, woof.
That'll fire you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Or like,
sure.
Yeah, that underdog and just showing up.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. Imagine how we were after we beat Pro Skills. Like, we went crazy.
Oh, I bet it was nuts.
We went crazy.
So good.
What are you, that person? So after a big win like that, who are you in the locker room?
Oh my God!
Yes,
every time.
Are you the one playing the music?
I'm in the middle. Every time I'm in the middle. Like, you guys could probably, like, if you go on my Instagram, and there's like a Nike Nationals highlight reel, and like, I am like I'm going crazy after
hype.
Like, Pass the Ball was posting it. Like, I'm in the middle dancing. Like, I was going crazy. Yes, I'm in the middle every time. I'm in the middle every time. Yeah.
That's you.
Good.
Yeah.
Oh man.
That says
what song you. What song needs to be playing when you're doing that, or can you just do it to anything?
Anything. Yeah.
Anything.
You can't. Yeah.
Anything. Our social media department's gonna love you at Texas Tech. You're gonna be like,
okay, good.
I feel like you're just gonna be on every post game celebration video. It's just gonna end up being a Loghan Johnson hype reel.
Honestly, like, whenever Texas Tech beat UT this year, like, I really, like, I was dying inside. I was really happy, but I was also dying inside because I wanted to be there so bad. Like, I wanted to be there so bad. Yeah. They looked like they were having so much fun. I was like, bro, I want to be there so bad. But it's okay. We're gonna repeat. We're gonna repeat next season. We're gonna repeat.
Yeah, I really hope you'll get to play them at least once. But we're fingers crossed it's at home and away like it's been. But with the new teams, I haven't seen the schedule come out yet. So they better not be scared, and they better come to Lubbock one more time before they chicken out and run away to another conference.
Yeah.
So you'll get your shot at them for sure. We're ready. Oh man, this season's gonna be. We can't wait. So, speaking of why we can't wait, have you had a chance to interact with some of the players? I know you've played with Kelly coming in with you, and any of the other players past coming up in AAU or just playing against them in high school?
I haven't. Wait, actually, I think I might have played against Bailey because I believe she was on SA Finest. Am I right?
Yeah.
SA Finest.
Yeah, that sounds right.
I believe she was.
Yeah, I think
because
so.
I didn't remember, but I think my mom said something to me, like, after the visit, and was like, she was on SA Finest, and we might have played her. So I think I played against Bailey, and I also think I played against Jazz Shavers. She was on, I want to say DFW, or Drive Nation, one of those.
She was.
One of those.
Yeah.
So
she was the Jason Terry team or whatever. I know she's connected to that somehow.
I think I may be wrong, but I know they both played on EYBL team, or not EYBL teams, but just like teams in Texas. So I think I have.
Yeah, I just looked it up and Bailey was.
That's what I thought.
But, yeah.
That's cool. So I wanted to ask this like in the very, very beginning, but I just now remembered it. Did you say like you're a mama's girl? Is that, you said like your mom?
Yeah.
So we see a lot of your dad like on Twitter, and so it sounds like you have a pretty solid support network so far, like with your parents. What is that like, and how important is that for you as you progress, and knowing like Houston's right down the road? Like, are you anticipating them coming to hang out and adding to the volume? Like, what's it gonna be like? And what is that?
I don't think I've ever heard anybody describe Houston as right down the road from Lubbock, but I love it.
What, you're right. Honestly,
not quite.
It's not. Yeah.
I think that my mom is gonna be one call away for sure. Like, anytime I call her, Mom, please come, she's gonna be there. Like, no doubt. And I don't know, it's just been good. Like, she's barely missed any games, like my entire basketball career. So I know they're planning right now. They're trying to see how far away. As soon as she gets the schedule, she's gonna be seeing how far away each one of them are. Because I know she's gonna try to be at as many games as possible. So you guys are definitely gonna be seeing her there. But like the type of mom that's like screaming the whole time. She's just like, she's kind of like, she'll clap, she'll kind of yell sometimes. Like, if I do something good, that's when she's yelling. If I do something good.
Oh, okay. She's not like yelling at the ref.
Oh, no. She's definitely not like that. I'm glad. No. She's not like that. She's not one of those. She's definitely not one of those.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Those are
yeah,
tough.
my dad, awesome. No, my dad is going to do the same. He's going to be at as many games as possible. Yeah, I know. He'll be the same.
Yeah. He'll be a regular.
For sure.
There in Lubbock.
Yeah. But he's not like a crazy basketball parent either. So both of them are pretty chill.
I love that for you.
I love that.
Makes it a lot easier on you as a player, for sure. Just have their support and nothing else. But this year, maybe again it comes down to the schedule. But Houston's joining the conference, right? So maybe like how many people are showing up to that game if it's in Houston?
Oh wow! Oh wow! It's gonna be deep. I'll tell you that.
Squad.
It's gonna be deep.
Squad up.
It'll be a Texas Tech home game. Just because
literally.
Or a Logan home game.
Yeah. It's going to be deep for sure. I don't even know. I can't even put a number to how many people I would invite. But it's going to have a lot of people at it for sure. For sure.
You have to do it when old Bree Scott, they played Arkansas and WNIT. Like, basically the team just pulled all of their free tickets together and gave them to her, and she had like 100-something people there. It was crazy.
Yeah, something like that, for sure. For sure.
That'll be happening. Yeah, we love home games, but that would be fun. At some point in your career, that'll happen because they'll trade off nothing else.
That'll be cool.
It'll
excited
be
for that.
This year or next.
I'm excited.
That'll be cool. Mm-hmm. So, outside of basketball, what is something that you would like for fans to know about you, or like Texas Tech as a community, Lubbock as a community? What would you like fans to know about you?
Pretty bubbly. Like, I like to interact with people, so I would hope people at the games would come up to me and everything, because I'd love to talk to everybody. Like, I'm definitely going to be one of those people. If you hand me your baby after your game, I'll kiss it. So
you heard it here. Logan's ready to kiss your babies, sign autographs, take pictures.
Logan for president.
Get the horns down after the UT game. Everybody come out.
It's on my bucket list. Somebody please hand me a baby. Let me kiss it.
We're gonna find this baby.
Bucket list thing I've ever heard. Oh, don't worry. We'll clip that. And now you're gonna have like there's just some babies lining up for Logan. We gotta get you an NIL deal around that, like a Gerber deal or something.
But like the possibility of that happening is so high because like you talked about the UT game, like everybody's on the court afterwards, like interacting with the players, so chances are high.
Please.
Yeah, that is something cool. So it's good that you like that, because that is something that Gerlich is big on and the team is on. Is after every win, they'll do what they need to do and then they hang out and they sign autographs just for a little bit until they gotta go back and celebrate or whatever. But they're always down there celebrating with the fans after.
I'm definitely excited for that part. I'm excited to meet the community for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that's going to be the biggest difference from like your high school, even AAU experience? Is just that like the difference in the fandom, or is that something you're kind of used to from the AAU circuit?
AAU circuit, like kind of like I'd have people come up to me to the game sometimes asking for a picture, but I mean that like varied like tournament to tournament. You wouldn't see the same people every time. Like going to college at the home games, I'll see like some familiar faces and start to actually build those relationships. Like that's something I look forward to for sure.
Yeah. You'll be a mainstay on campus. People will be coming up to you after games. You'll be sitting in a class. You'll be like, guys, I'm just trying to study.
We'll see.
All right, so we got a few just rapid fire questions for you. Let people get to know you a little bit more. We call it rapid fire, but you can talk as long as you want on each of them. They're just questions about you as a person. But pre-game playlist, like who are your people that are coming? What are the songs coming on? Who's your go-to to get you in the right mindset before a game?
Well, if you know me, you would know that I love Drake. So Drake is. He has all types of music. Like he has hype, he has chill. So he's definitely. I'm definitely banging Drake before the games. Like my teammates just got to get used to it, unless they just want to put their earbuds in and be lame. But
put it
on.
Yeah. So if they hand you the aux cord for the game, all right, freshman, you can do it today. It's Drake.
Yeah, they're gonna get tired of it.
I love that. I'm sure that's a common. I think we talked to Jordan, and I think she said Drake was one of her go-tos, depending on her mood. So when we had her on here, and which, like you said with Drake, I think she might have said the exact same thing. It was like she changes her music depending on if she needs to get hype or if she needs to chill. And Drake, you can do both.
Exactly. He's versatile. He's a versatile man.
He's a versatile. Yeah.
Y'all both talked about like R&B too. So like y'all are definitely.
I love R&B.
Y'all are set.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome. So after we beat UT at home, you've kissed the babies or like, held the babies, whatever. Time to leave. What is like the best post-game meal after something like that? Where you go? We're trying to get that sponsorship for you, Logan. So you tell us.
Another thing. If you know me, you know I love Chipotle. So.
Chipotle too?
You and Jordan are gonna be besties. Just go. That was her answer too. Yeah, y'all can hang out.
Okay, I got a Chipotle.
But we're gonna add Chipotle every time. So
yes.
Are you getting like a bowl or a burrito?
I'm getting a bowl every time.
It's
gonna be a really basic bowl. I'm not a complex, super complex person, but it's gonna be a bowl and it's gonna be great.
Are you getting the dressing? That was a big point of contention with Jordan, was the vinaigrette edition.
I'm not. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Sibby wasn't either. She said she couldn't do it. Y'all can argue about that.
I don't even get any there. I don't even get any salsa or anything on mine. It's just like rice. It's just like rice, beans, and chicken. Like that's all.
All right.
Yeah.
A simple gal.
I mean, that's the biggest compliment, really. If you don't need to add on all the other stuff, it means they have it spiced appropriately.
Exactly.
So that's good. Yeah, that's just how good they are.
I agree.
So this might be a hard question for you based on what we've learned during this interview, but would you rather, if you could only choose one, get a big bucket or a big one-on-one stop on defense? Like, if you can only choose one, what is your go-to?
So can I have like a scenario? Like, is this like a stop that wins the game, or is it a bucket that wins the game? Like, is that what it is?
Let's say that's the scenario. Yeah, would you rather get a game-winning shot, or you're the one that stops the person trying to hit the buzzer beater?
Oh, that's hard. Both are so hype. Both is so hype.
I know. It's so hype.
Don't worry, we'll let you do both multiple times during the season. Right now.
Dang. I really would. I think I want to put clamps on somebody. I think I want to. That's hard.
No, that's
my answer as of right now, but
that
it could
hard.
change. I don't know. If I change my mind in like
depending on the
if
game.
I change my mind in like 30 seconds, then I'll let you know. But right now, I want to clamp.
Yeah, she's like, by the way, I'm going back to that. It probably also depends on like who it is.
Exactly.
Like when we're playing Iowa and we're about to upset them in the NCAA tournament, like if you put the clamps on Clayton Clark,
that would be.
That's something
crazy.
that you're gonna live on for the rest. So, but I feel you.
Facts.
That's a hard question, but we put you in.
No doubt. All right, next question. Do you have like a favorite pair of shoes that you play in or practice in, or both? Or is it like whatever the school gives you?
Well, you can say anything because we know Under Armour. But forget that. Say anything.
I would say. So funny story, actually. Like whenever those KDs came out, the all pink ones, I was so obsessed with them. I was like actually so obsessed with them.
Fair.
So I got them, and they let me down. Like the grip was just like so bad. Like I was falling more than I've ever fallen in my entire life in those shoes. Like it was crazy. Like I had to stop wearing them. So those probably go on the bottom of the list. I have a lot of basketball shoes. Like I have like a lot.
Oh, cool.
So I think my favorite right now is probably LeBron 20s, like the purple ones. I wore those a lot this season.
Didn't let you down.
They didn't let me down. I'm trying to look at my basketball shoes right now. But yeah, probably those.
She's like, what to choose from the
list?
List. Are you someone that's gonna be because they do? I mean, it'll be Under Armour, but they'll give you shoes. And Kyla is one of those that was just like changing her shoes every game. Like, what shoes are Kyla's wearing? Like different colors. She had like Sour Patch Kids one game, all of the things. Is that someone? Or are you gonna pick one pair of shoes and you're like, this is
probably,
it?
Honestly, because like
if it's going well, switch it out.
I'm like kind of superstitious when it comes to shoes. Like some shoes, like I can't wear because I feel like I don't play good in them. Like I'm like weird about that stuff. Like my hair too. Like my hair has to be a certain way. Like, and if it's not, then I'm just like worried I'm not gonna play well. Like all of that. Like uniform too. Like I can't. Like most of the times, I'm probably not gonna be wearing sleeves, like under my jersey, because I just feel like I play better. Like that's all it really is. So.
That makes sense.
I'll probably go through like trial and error with a lot of shoes they give, and then once I find ones, like I get like a good like 20 piece in those, I'm like, I'm sticking with these.
Oh,
that's what it's gonna be.
You hit that game. You hit that game winner, and we're like, well, those are the shoes. Whoever the equipment manager is, buy 14 pairs of those for the next 4 years.
That's what it's gonna. Yeah,
that's all she's gonna
exactly.
I love that. Yeah. So you kind of answered this, but it sounds like you are superstitious, or just you have habits, right? Like you one of those people that puts on your shoes the same way every time, or is it?
I mean, if I haven't noticed. I don't think I do, but I don't know. I don't pay that much attention to it. It's more just like
that's
the pair.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah. Gotcha. That's fair.
Love that.
I think you kind of answered this one earlier, but if not basketball, what sport would have been? Soccer, tennis? Or football, maybe. You know, flag football is becoming a thing for women in high school, even around the country.
I know. Honestly, no, it wouldn't have been football. I'm trying to think because like I would want to stick with an indoor sport, but like volleyball is just it's fun to watch. But and I played in middle school, but like I probably wouldn't go back. So yeah, I'd say soccer. But like soccer shape is a different kind of shape you gotta be in though. I don't know.
You gotta run all the time.
Yeah, soccer shape is just different. I don't know. Maybe I would do softball. That's kind of like easier. Not easier. I don't know. No offense to anybody who's listening to play softball, but like, like kind of easier. Sorry.
That's good. That's good.
I don't know.
It's different. It's just different.
It's not as challenging physically.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's what I meant.
Maybe
that's what I meant.
You might be good at it. With your mental game.
Technically, they might argue that it's harder to hit a softball than to make a shot.
I would argue that for sure. I would argue that.
Yeah, so, but the physical side of the game is definitely not the same. Did you play softball, or is that just like I would be good because I'm an athlete?
I mean, hand-eye coordination. I feel like.
No, you would be good. Yeah. If they give you a year to prepare, I'm sure you
a year. Oh yeah. I'll
She's
be
like
All-American.
a week, Shelby. I need a week. Yeah. Hey, don't let Snyder hear that. I mean, softball.
I was about to say,
Coach Snyder on campus is building a giant over there too. So
I'm not.
Like, sure you want to show up?
I mean, maybe I could be on the practice squad, and they would embarrass me.
Yeah.
I would take back everything I said.
He's listening to this like, oh, okay, well, here's what we're going to do. We're going to invite the team out, and y'all are going to hit.
Look, it's not that hard for me to admit when I'm wrong, so I will take back my word if needed.
Fair. There's some pretty good hoopers on that team, if I remember right, too. They were good little basketball players that
really?
chose softball, too. So maybe I've heard them talk about it. I think maybe, I'm forgetting, maybe Riley Love, I've heard them say that about. And Abby Ork, I think, was a good little basketball player. You don't know who these people are yet, but you're going to know them when you get on campus. You'll see them around the places.
Yeah, for sure. I will.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, Logan, like, we've grilled you with all these questions, and I honestly, I think I didn't think it was possible to be more excited to have you on campus, but also just a part of this team and for what's to come, especially with the momentum that we've had from the past season, and you to be in a perfect position to just continue to rise this program up. So thank you so much for spending time with us and letting our fans and letting your fans know a little bit more about you and how you're going to incorporate into the team and on campus. What is a way that we can support you? Like, is it following you on Twitter? Is it finding that Instagram video of you dancing in the middle of the dance circle? Is it showing up to the games? Like, tell us how we can support you, Logan, as you enter your freshman year at Texas Tech.
Definitely showing up for games, for sure. I would love to see everybody's face at games. Like, that would just make me feel really good. So, I mean, it's one thing to say you support, but it's another to actually show up and support us. So, show up for sure.
She said it. Get those tickets, y'all.
Please.
Yeah, season tickets.
We won't disappoint. We won't disappoint, I promise.
Yeah.
Oh, y'all aren't. This team is, it's going to be a lot of fun. If y'all didn't get that from this interview, just wait until you watch. Just go look up some highlights of Logan on YouTube and just imagine how she's going to pair with this other young core that we already have and these transfers that came in. So it's going to be exciting, Logan. We can't wait to watch your first game. We said this to everybody, we wish they had a Greece trip this year so y'all could play in the summer again. But you should get to go on one of those.
You should be in that cycle, right?
You should be able to get to go on one of those towards the end of your career. I think it's an every 4-year thing, but wherever they go. But still, we're going to have to wait until November, but we can hold out. So, appreciate you coming on here and going through this with us. Everybody, hopefully you enjoyed it. Hit the follow button, all that, so we can keep doing these with people, and we can help you get to know these Texas Tech athletes a little bit more than you do now. And that's all we got for now. So as we do, rack 'em.
Rack 'em. Yeah. You know it, Logan. Let's go.
She's got it.